Hey everybody, welcome back to Nicsminibikes. If you haven't yet, hit that link in the description. Go check out our merchandise. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Go get you something. So the beginning of November, we went to the Go Power Sports 180, and it beat us up pretty good. And here I have our Racer ProQuip 236, and the block is cracked. And today, I'm going to rip this apart all the way down to the bare block, and I'm going to figure out what we can and can't use still. Hopefully start gathering parts to build another motor. So come along for the ride, and let's dig into this. So I'm going to start with pulling the carb off. We'll spin this around, and we'll get our vents off. I'm not going to be able to pull these, so I'm just going to have to cut them. When the time comes, I'll just have to replace them. I'm just going to snip them here. Go ahead and get this oil drained out of here. Magnetic drain plug. Quite a bit of sludge on there. Some is to be expected, so not too worried about what we got there. Then we'll get this exhaust taken off. I get this valve cover taken off. See, we're missing a valve cover bolt there. Just clean these heads out real quick. Our last bolt on the valve cover here. Of course, the valve cover, I wouldn't expect anything to be an issue with it, so it will be reusable. Gasket off with it. Yeah, of course, valve cover's fine. I don't expect anything to be wrong here with the valves. Let's get this spark plug out. Looked like it was burning some oil. It's got some chunky buildup on there, but just a little rich, not terrible. I'm not mad at that. Let's get this head off of here. Let's break these head bolts loose. We'll bring them out with the impact gun. Or in our racing push rods, they got a little bit of wear up there where they were going in and out of the valve or through the guide there, and a little bit right here. But other than that, they look okay. Bottom of the head looks pretty good. That is a big block clones 15.5cc head. Our 10,000 head gasket. Looks like it might have been leaking a little bit there, huh? That's probably where our oil was getting into the combustion chamber. Piston looks fine. It'll take some cleaning to see what we got there. Let's get this hot coil off of here. Start getting this flywheel off. Cut past some wear down here in the bolt where the nut goes. That's kind of expected. Then we'll get our ARC billet flywheel puller put on there. I like to thread these into the flywheel as far as I can. More thread engagement, the better. And just run these two nuts down. And then you can tighten these up back and forth until it pops that flywheel off of there. There it is. It's coming. And there's that billet flywheel. And I'm confident that this is okay too. 100% confident this is okay. The keyway looks perfectly fine. So we'll be able to reuse that flywheel on our next build. Now all we got left is this side cover. So we did think that the oil was coming from the side cover because we did lose one bolt here. So we replaced that bolt thinking we fixed the problem, not seeing the crack on the top. But yeah, a little more catastrophic than that. So we'll get these bolts out of here. See, that one was loose. It was going to be backing out sooner or later too. My goal for today is just to get this apart and just inspect. Not really looking for much of anything else. Just like the ARC flywheel, I'm expecting to be able to reuse this side cover. When you buy your side cover, you get a set of these little Allen head screws. Keep these, don't throw them away. They are to push this cover off. We're just going to do a little at a time on each side, and it'll slowly walk that cover off for us. Oh, almost forgot. You have to get this stuff off of here. Get that key off and that spacer. Now we can take this off. And really, I'll leave those in there until I'm ready to reuse the side cover, which will be whenever. So that O-ring is not reusable. Yeah, it got marred up pretty good. There's that O-ring. Garbage. But yeah, I'll measure this later. But I have zero doubt that we'll have an issue reusing that side cover. Just kind of wondering about the cam, how it's looking. I'd say that cam looks okay. It's got a little signs of wear on the tips, but nothing terrible. This is a Racer ProQuip cam. I believe it's a 310, but got a little signs of wear there, but not terrible. Our lifters, tappets, whatever you want to call them, those look good. Here's our other one. It looks perfectly fine. Now I'm just going to do some spinning on this and just look at it. So all my clearances look pretty good all the way around. The closest place I am is maybe on the back side here where the dipper comes close to the back of the block. I guess it could have flexed enough to just barely be hitting on this and causing this to crack. Let me get this rod and crank out of here and I'll show you the crack from the inside. I am curious if I can reuse this rod. I'll have to measure it for roundness and all that good stuff. Same with the crank. I'll have to remeasure the crank. It would definitely need bearings. So here's our rod cap. Just wipe that off. The bearing doesn't look terrible at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's push this piston out. A little bit of skirt wear. A little more on the bottom side. Not terrible. And that rod bearing, it's got a little stranger wear right there, but I'm happy with that too. I don't have any play in that wrist pin, and that's very nice. Very happy with that. Our crank slides right out. And that thing looks really good. 1180, 1179, 78, 79, 78, 79, 79. I'd reuse that crank. And that's going to be a 58 millimeter crank out of a Predator 224. So here we are. Just kind of soak up some of this sludge a little bit here. This block is trash. I'll probably get the bearing out of it and the dowels for the head. And that's probably all. I'll get my bolts that are plugging holes out of it too. I can reuse those. But I'll just wipe it out. Now here's the crack from the outside that I was talking about. It goes all the way down to just past this rib. It looks like it comes all the way down to here. So yeah, it comes all the way around, comes down behind this boss here, and comes just underneath it. And you can really see it from the inside. There it is. Right there. All the way down to right where my finger mark is there. That's pretty gnarly. That's it. That's our cracked Racer ProQuip 236 block. Thought maybe we'd see some witness marks on that rod, but here's that side. Nothing. The other side. Nothing. Rod bolts. Nothing. And the dipper. Nothing. It would be on the tip, but I don't see nothing there. Would also be able to see like witness marks in here. There's nothing. I don't see anything in there either. So what caused it? No idea. No clue. Maybe it just got hot, you know? Got hot and didn't like life. So yeah, I don't know what caused it. I don't see anything. If you guys see something, leave it in the comments. But I don't see nothing. The only thing I saw that I was like, what the heck? And it wasn't even in the engine. It was the top of the piston. There's like a, I don't know, it's like I left some clay in there when I did the piston to valve check. That's what it looked like, but I didn't. I don't think. I could have, but I don't think I did. And we did have a head gasket leak there. And that could be what all that's from too, is oil. This is oil return and oil coming up. This goes down into the crankcase through here somewhere. Not through there, but yeah. It goes down into the crankcase, and that's how oil gets up to the valves. So that oil could have been coming through here, getting to the piston, and that's where that was coming from. And it probably sucked in some dirt at the 180 and just made a dirt oil cake on top of that piston. I do have a new block on the way. Should be here the end of this week. I went with a Tillotson 225 72 millimeter block this time, and we'll build her back up. I think everything we took off is usable. I am going to use a new rotating assembly, so a new crank, a new rod, a new piston. But I do think everything else that came off of this motor is good. The cam's good, the head's good, the lifters, the push rods, side cover, the flywheel, all that I'll be able to reuse. So that's good. Sucks that this happened, but I think it's best case scenario how that went down. So that's going to do it for this episode of Nicsminibikes. What caused it? I don't know. Did it just get hot? It was 85 degrees that day, and the boys were beating on it pretty good. So I don't know. But that is trash, and that's going to do it. Make sure you hit that link down in the description. Check out our merchandise. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Go get you something. We appreciate you being here and checking out the video. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's free for you, and it helps us out. And we'll catch you on the next one.